I'm watching this again. The same episode, the same jokes. I already know exactly how it ends. Most people would probably call this a waste of time. Just background noise, comfort TV. But sitting here, with the soft glow flickering across the room, I notice something I don't usually admit out loud. This is the only place today where my shoulders finally let go. The only place where my breathing stops negotiating with the world. And I keep wondering, why does this feel like the only place I can actually breathe? It isn't really about the show. It's the predictability. Nothing unexpected. No hidden meanings waiting to be decoded. No emotional equations to solve. It feels like building a blanket fort inside my own mind. Soft walls, low light, simple rules, safe rules. And tonight, I need those walls higher than usual because I can still feel the day living inside my body, not as memories, as pressure. My hands refuse to fully relax. My chest feels tight, like a knot someone kept pulling tighter without ever asking permission. You ever get that kind of tired? Not sleepy, not physical, the kind that settles into your bones like static electricity, the kind sleep doesn't fix. For a long time, I thought something was wrong with me because of it. Everyone else seemed to reset overnight. Wake up fresh, start again. Meanwhile, I carried yesterday with me like an open browser with 50 tabs still running. So I stand up and walk toward the window. Outside, the city keeps moving like nothing ever happened. Neon signs blinking, cars sliding past, people living what looks like an ordinary Tuesday. And I realize something. For some people, the world arrives filtered. For me, it doesn't. Every sound feels closer than it should. Every shift in someone's tone lingers longer than the words themselves. Every small social moment replays in high resolution. Sometimes I wonder if my brain isn't broken at all. Maybe it's just running too clearly. Like an 8K screen trying to display a world designed for standard definition. Nothing compresses, nothing gets ignored, everything records. I press my hand against the glass, and the cold pulls me back into my body. People always say, just toughen up, as if sensitivity were a switch you simply forgot to turn off. But when the input gets loud enough, something interesting happens. The system protects itself. You shut down a little. You go numb. You start thinking in circles. And maybe that isn't failure. Maybe it's a circuit breaker flipping before the wires burn out. Because this morning, standing in a grocery store line, my brain suddenly replayed a conversation from 3 days ago. Out of nowhere. Same sentences. Same pauses. Different endings every time. I kept rewriting it in my head, searching for the version where I sounded smarter, calmer, more likable. My jaw tightened. My face grew warm. My heart reacted like the moment was happening again. And that's when I noticed I was breathing too shallow, like I was bracing for danger that wasn't even there. So I tried something new. Just a small pause. 3 seconds. I asked myself quietly, what is this feeling actually trying to tell me right now? Not the story I'm building around it, not the fear attached to it, just the signal underneath. Is this a disaster? Or is this simply my body saying, you've reached your limit today? The answer didn't arrive dramatically. It never does. But the tension softened a little, like the world turned its volume down by one small notch. Walking past a mirror, I caught my reflection for a second. Slightly tense, slightly guarded, and I had a strange realization. A lot of us learned early that safety meant being useful, keeping the peace, reading the room before anyone else could. You become the person who anticipates storms, even when the sky is clear, and somewhere along the way, your nervous system forgets the storm already passed. So here's a question I didn't expect to hit this hard. When was the last time you felt safe enough to be completely useless for a moment? No fixing, no performing, no scanning faces for danger, just existing. Because part of me is starting to suspect my mind isn't stuck in the past. It's still trying to protect a version of me that once had to survive it. I noticed the plant the moment I walked back into the apartment. A small pot, dark soil, nothing visibly happening, just a seed sitting there, as if it forgot what it was supposed to become. And honestly, some days I feel exactly like that. No dramatic progress, no breakthrough moment, just quiet waiting. From the outside, nothing seems to change. The same routines, the same thoughts, the same version of me moving through the day. But seeds don't grow where anyone can see them first. Everything important happens underground. Pressure, rearranging, breaking open before becoming anything recognizable. And I start wondering, what if what I've been calling stagnation is actually preparation? What if growth feels invisible because it's happening somewhere deeper than motivation? Healing never looks cinematic in real life. It looks like stillness, like pauses that feel suspiciously unproductive, like surviving another ordinary day without falling apart. I drift into the kitchen and start wiping the counter. Slow movements, back and forth, again and again. I used to judge myself for this, thought it meant I was avoiding something. But there's a strange calm in making one small corner of the world predictable. The cloth moves, the surface clears, cause and effect finally make sense, and I catch myself thinking, maybe this isn't control for the sake of control. Maybe it's building 1 square foot of peace inside a day that felt like a hurricane. When everything inside feels loud, order becomes oxygen. I turn off the harsh kitchen light and step into the living room. One warm lamp fills the space, soft shadows. No performance required, and it hits me how much energy I spend rehearsing myself for invisible audiences, choosing words carefully, editing reactions, trying to sound normal enough to belong somewhere. But right now, nobody's watching. So I sit down and let the silence remain unfilled, and a strange question appears. What would happen if I stopped optimizing my life just for 5 minutes? No improvement plan, no self-analysis, no fixing, just existing without trying to become a better version of myself. I close my eyes. I imagine standing in warm water somewhere quiet, not dramatic, not magical, just safe. And instead of pushing away the parts of me I usually argue with, the angry version, the exhausted version, the one that overthinks everything, I let them stand there too. No lectures, no solutions, just space. And something unexpected happens. Nothing changes, but everything softens. I open my eyes again. The room looks the same, but I don't feel like I'm carrying it anymore. For so long, I treated myself like a project under construction, something unfinished that needed constant upgrades. But maybe I'm not broken hardware. Maybe I'm a survival masterpiece built slowly over years I barely understood while living them. That hyper-awareness I criticize, it's the reason I sense danger early. The backup plans, proof my mind learned how to protect me before I even knew I needed protection. And I start asking a different question. What if the traits I've been trying to fix are the exact things that kept me safe all this time? The room grows quieter as the night settles in. The pressure to figure everything out fades a little. So if you're still rewatching the same show tonight, or sitting somewhere with your back against the wall without knowing why, maybe nothing is wrong with you. Maybe your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Searching for safety, creating recovery wherever it can find it. And maybe the real shift isn't changing yourself. Maybe it's stopping the fight against the part of you that has always been on your side. The screen of the night slowly softens. Thoughts lose their sharp edges. There's nowhere else you need to be right now. Nothing you need to solve before resting. Take your time. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to breathe. You're allowed to rest.